Wholesaling has traditionally been about finding off-market properties at deep discounts, but have you ever wondered about finding properties that were already listed for sale or for rent? Do you want to know how to get real estate agents to bring you deals? Well, in today's training video, I'm going to be giving you my top 2 strategies on how you can find on-market properties for your wholesaling business. Hey, what's going on, clever investors? Cody Sperber back again, and today we're talking about wholesaling deals that are listed for sale or for rent through real estate agents or landlords. Now, this is going to be one of the least expensive ways to find deals, so it can be potentially an excellent strategy for a newer investor looking to get the most out of their marketing dollars. But before we dive into today's topic, I want to welcome you to my channel. If you're new here, this is where we talk about creative real estate investing strategies like wholesaling to escape the rat race and realize true financial freedom. So if that interests you, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell, turn on post notifications so that way you're alerted every time I release fresh new content. All right, for everybody else, welcome back. All right, let's talk deals. Now, when you're new to the game, it's really important to know all the different marketing channels that are out there, but sometimes you just need to learn how to hustle and how to get creative. And this particular strategy is one of my favorite strategies because it's not one of the most popular ones amongst wholesalers. In fact, a lot of wholesaling experts out there, they're probably just going to tell you, don't waste your time with real estate agents or finding properties that are already listed on the MLS. Now, the reason that those experts are telling you this is because they don't understand the ultimate formula for getting deals done. Now, I said this before in prior videos, but the formula for success when it comes to wholesaling or real estate investing is motivation plus equity equals deals. Now, if you think about it, properties that are already listed on the MLS for sale, these individuals, they have all the motivation in the world to sell their house, and they're actually raising their hand saying, you know, I want to talk to buyers about selling my house. So you don't have to go out there and find the real estate agent or the seller because they're already actively marketing their assets for sale. Now, in terms of equity, all right, you're not going to know until you actually pick up the phone and you make contact with the seller or the agent to find out their particular situation. All right, but this brings me to my first strategy when targeting real estate agents and homes listed on the MLS. Strategy number 1 is to target listings that are renting instead of selling. Now, when you go look on websites like Zillow or Redfin, you're going to find properties that are on there listed for sale, and you're also going to find ones that are listed for rent. Now, this strategy simply means to pull the properties in an investor-friendly area that you want to target of all the properties that are renting instead of selling, and just generate your internal list of these properties and all of their contact information. Now, the beautiful thing about looking for deals that are already on the market is that you don't need to skip trace a list, or you don't need to try to find the contact information through public records, because the people that own these homes, they actually want to be contacted. Now, I remember when I was first starting out in this business and I was cold calling hundreds and hundreds of homeowners, and a lot of times you'd reach out to them and they didn't want to be contacted. And if you're a seasoned wholesaler, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These people would sometimes hang up on you, or worse, they would just get nasty with you.
You nasty.
And then hang up on you. Now, when you pull the contact information of people looking to rent their property, more times than not, you're going to end up having a nice little conversation with those people, and they don't mind listening to your offer. Now, the reason we're looking for renters instead of sellers, it's simple. We're looking for what I call signs of distress. Now, we're looking for landlords who have owned a property for a very long period of time, and they're looking to retire or move on from the property. Now, sometimes these landlords, they just got done evicting a tenant. Maybe the tenant moved out in the middle of the night and they destroyed the place on the way out. And I can tell you from firsthand experience that owning a rental, it's not all what it's cracked up to be. Yeah, the passive income stream, it's awesome. But the maintenance, the keeping up with the tenants, the fixing of the toilets. Sometimes if you only have like one rental, it's not worth the money. All right, so this is what we're going to be looking for, distressed landlords. And once you located some of these potential deals, you need to just focus on what price you're going to lock up the contract under. Usually, it's just a simple little rule of thumb. Most rental units will sell rather quickly to a cash buyer for about 70 cents on the dollar, or 70% of ARV. Now, ARV stands for after repaired value. So it's extremely important to note that we need to get these homes under contract below the 70% mark, right? And it's not that difficult of a task if you know how to negotiate properly, and that's where I come in, right? You watch my videos, I teach you how to do this stuff, and now you just cold call landlords and you're in the game, all right? But the key is getting deals locked up from distressed landlords. Now, here's some ninja questions that you need to be asking landlords once you get them on the phone. All right, question number 1, how long have you owned this property and what's your long-term strategy? Question number 2, how much time are you spending on tenant management? Question number 3 is, do you ever think you're going to make significant improvements to the property to get a higher rent? And question number 4, if I were to make you an all-cash offer on your property, buy it as is and take it off your hands, what would be an acceptable price to you? Now, just keep in mind that you're going to need to strategically find properties that look like they need improvements and that they've been listed for rent for a while. And the reason for this is simple. We want to make sure that we're dealing with landlords that look like they're in distress. That's the key. And if the home's in bad shape and the owner has had the property for a long time listed for rent, we're going to have a pretty good shot at having conversations with them about selling their property at a bigger discount and unlock their equity in their property. All right, let's shift over to strategy number 2, which is contacting listing agents that have properties on the market for 180 days or greater. Now, the first step to doing deals with real estate agents is to understand how a normal real estate transaction works. Now, typically, there's an agent and there's one for both sides of the transaction. All right, meaning that there's an agent representing the seller and there's an agent representing the buyer. Now, in a typical transaction, there is a 6% commission that gets split between the two agents. Now, when you're contacting these agents, you're going to be doing the deal by yourself, meaning that you're not going to have representation in most cases. And that means you have a very unique value proposition to offer the real estate agent that has the listing for sale. All right? And you're going to be able to show up to them and say, listen, not only can I pay cash, not only can I close quickly, but I can offer you the chance to make the full 6% commission instead of splitting that between another agent. Now let's just run through a quick example of how this can work in practice. Now let's assume you're targeting homes that have been listed on the MLS for like 200 days or more. And the selling price on this particular property is $60,000. Now you've done some research, this property, and you determined that even though it's listed for $60,000, it's only listed for that price because it's old and it's beat up and the seller's now starting to become motivated because it's been sitting on the market forever. And you can kind of see the listing history, and it might have started at $90,000 and now it's down to $60,000. And you've done some research and you realize once it's fixed up, the house is actually going to be worth $100,000. Well, let's just say you decide to submit an offer of 50% of ARV, which means that you're going to offer $50,000. Now, let's revisit why the listing agent would want to take this deal. And remember, in a normal real estate transaction, if the homeowner were to sell having to pay two agents, it'd be $3,000 in commission split between the two agents, which is $1,500 each, right? But if you come to the table and there's only one agent, just the listing agent, now you have another $1,500 to work with, and that agent can make $3,000 for submitting your offer, pushing it through, and getting it closed. That's double agent commissions to them, and that's what they like to see. Now, the reason why most people can't understand how to talk with real estate agents is because they don't understand what's important to the agents. Agents only care about two things: making their clients happy and bringing home big commission checks. So if you use this strategy effectively, you can easily pitch your case to these agents, get them to bring you lots of deals, and you're going to make good money for yourself on the back end. Now, let's go back and look at this deal, and let me explain how you could actually make money from it. Let's just say you lock up a deal on the MLS. This one is $50,000. Can easily find an investor. If the home's worth $100,000, you can easily find an investor that's willing to pay 60 to 65% ARV of the home, meaning that this deal can potentially bring you in $10,000 to $15,000 in wholesale profits. Now, I don't know about you, but 10 to 15K, it can be life-changing. All right, just a couple things to remember about this strategy. Number one, make sure to contact listing agents with homes that have been sitting on the MLS for at least 180 days or longer. And number two, be ready to break down the potential upside to the real estate agent so they understand why working with an investor is the best option for them. All right, guys, what do you guys think? This is all I have for you in today's training video. Drop me a comment down below if you're an investor and you've done some deals with real estate agents. Now, I love working with real estate agents. I literally have teams of people just texting and calling all the real estate agents in town, trying to get out in front, build those relationships with them so they bring us all their pocket listings, all their pre-listings, and all their listings that have been sitting on the MLS for 180 days or more. We want to do more deals. Agents are a great avenue to make that happen. And remember, it's not going to cost you any marketing dollars to make it happen that way. So between agents and landlords, you now have two amazing strategies to go out there and make some money. All right, that's all I have for you. Smash that like button, turn on your post notifications, and I gotta go. Till next time, I'm Cody Sperber, the Clever Investor. Sign off for now. Take care, comb your hair, Sperber out.